Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
This video is our first viewing reaction for the Expanse Season 2, Episode 11, entitled Here There Be Dragons, which feels like what a medieval pirate would say. Arr, here will be dragons. But yeah, this is not a medieval or pirate show, so...
Kind of a pirate show.
I guess so. Space pirates. We've already dealt with them.
Yeah,
but... We're going to talk a little bit about what is going on Ganymede. We're going to talk more about weird happenings with Venus and nothing working out there as hoped. Also got more revelations. And Bobby Draper breaks free. We're going to talk all about this. But before we do, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. We are almost done with the Expanse Season 2.
Yeah, we are. We're almost there. Just a few episodes left, and then we're diving into 3.
Yeah. The cliffhanger at the end of Season 2 will last us approximately 24 hours. That's kind of exactly what is going on here. But, okay. Where should we start off?
We should start off with Proto Man, because this is giving me all kinds of hope that Miller is still out there. What? You don't give me that. Listen. There is activity still going on with where they landed or exploded. Now we've seen Proto Man running around a second time.
You may be the only person who has said the words Proto Man is giving me hope, because Proto Man is making me run in the other direction screaming.
Yes, there is that too. It is terrifying, but the idea that maybe Miller might come back, I will take him in any form. My hope would be, of course, that he would see the team and not kill them, but
yeah,
I'll take what I can get.
Proto Miller seems like a bad idea.
Proto Miller, I'm happy with it. I'll take it.
Okay, this is we may need a Proto.
There will still be some of him in Proto Miller, just the same as there was still some of Julie in it. So, he'll still be there.
All right, well, we'll run with that for now. And what we know is we got a glimpse of Proto Man at the end of this episode, as now our team of intrepid heroes are starting to realize further how screwed Ganymede really is, which is, this stuff that's already going on. I think it's called Project Caliban or something along those lines. This is not something that can be properly contained anymore.
Yeah, and I know we're kind of starting near the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But it's so important to this journey that we've been on with our Rossi team, because it seems like they might be splitting up.
Yeah, it seems like Naomi wants to actually help people escape Ganymede, and I mean, let me ask you this.
Well, she's kind of seems like she's feeling like this is so out of control that there is no control, so let's help where we can.
Is she reacting in some way to just all of the violence that's sort of been going on, where maybe she's sort of like, you know what, I want to do something that feels more like I'm helping people than being at the center of all of this?
I feel like, yes. I think that she loves Holden and wants to stay with the crew and all of that. But, I mean, we have seen such a progression of Holden since Season 1, where we would have him telling Naomi to, keep Amos on a leash. And now he's the one who's, holding her back, being like, no, let this happen. So maybe she's just kind of feeling like she doesn't fit in with the crew as in the exact same kind of way anymore. And I'm not saying it like a bad thing. It's just sometimes when people's ideals are kind of starting to move into different directions, it makes it harder to work together. That being said, I still feel like they're going to come back together. They have to come back together. I really want to see them come back together as a team, because I love that and I really enjoy that about this show. They're kind of my rock of the show, that no matter who else is getting killed or what planet is blowing up, this crew is solid for me, and I know that I can basically come home to this. And now that's not happening.
Yeah, now it's like everybody's going on vacation from each other, except this is like the worst kind of vacation where everything terrible happens. But I think I'm informed a lot by something that was just kind of like casually dropped into this episode, that all of a sudden we know now that Naomi had a kid or has a kid. We don't really know what's going on with Naomi's kid. We don't know that much about the backstory of it, but
I feel like it's not dropped for no reason. I feel like that's going to circle around again. This show never seems to do anything without a higher purpose here.
Yeah, and I think it explains a lot about Naomi and sort of her desire to want to protect people and want to care for people now in a way that, I think because of this, I understand Naomi a little bit more as a person. And yeah, I think this, to me, feels like a season 3 storyline that they're sort of like dropping in now so we don't forget about it.
Yeah, that's what that kind of feels like. It's gonna circle around in 3 or maybe even 4.
You want to know my favorite part of this episode?
Let's hear it.
It's when the crew shows up and they confront the people on Ganymede and they're like, anyone want pizza? And I'm like, yes, I would love pizza very much, thank you. Here's what I would do. I would take the pizza, I would eat the pizza, and then I would knock him over the head with this pizza box.
I feel like while you're eating the pizza, which that is the distraction, that then you'd be getting killed.
This is why I am not on the Rossi crew, everyone.
Because you'd be dead by now.
I would get too distracted with the lasagna that Alex has given me, with the pizza that they're giving me. It's like, I don't actually want to know. What Ganymede pizza really tastes like. I don't know if it's very good.
I'm sure that even bad pizza is all right.
It's like Survivor pizza, where you're out on the island doing
right.
Survivor. I'm pretty sure that pizza they give you as a reward has been sitting there for like 3 hours or something, but
probably.
I spend way too much time talking about television pizza, but yeah, that was...
And real life pizza.
I love pizza. Okay, so that all is really... There's a lot of interesting stuff that's going on now, because we also... We still have sort of a little bit of a mystery as to what's going on here with Praxton and Prax's daughter.
Yep.
We have kind of learned that this proto-molecule experiment that's going on here in their creation of Proto Man, it's pretty far along. It seems like it may have something to do with what they're doing to these kids, which is just downright horrific.
I can't even wrap my head around that they're using children, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of military experience or anything like that, but this whole idea that Mars was doing this type of experiment on their own soldiers also kind of horrifying. These are people that are willing to die for Mars, but not by Mars's hands.
It's very bizarre, but I mean, I think it probably speaks to whatever sort of culture that's been established in Mars as one of just constant... always keep pushing forward, more about the collective than the self, but, from the outside looking at this, and I would even assume from many people inside it, once they realize the horrific truth of what's going on here, it's jaw-dropping, and I mean, Bobby Draper is sort of now our vessel for a lot of these sort of feelings.
Yeah, especially, she has figured out exactly everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Not everything, but a lot of it. Enough that she's ready to pull the chute.
Yeah.
And has pulled the chute and has gone and asked for asylum, and I don't see why Christian wouldn't give it to her. Bobby is giving her everything on a silver platter. As Christian said, just like, today is my lucky day. Jules is calling in. Bobby's showing up with like, here's all this information. This is everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Everything's turning up Christian in this episode, it feels.
I'm a little bit worried about this. Hey, let's go meet with Jules, because yes, this is probably, to quote another space show or movie, it's a trap. But
probably.
But yeah, I think she's prepared that it's a trap. So if she knows that it's a trap, does it really a trap at all?
Well, that's the thing. I think if she goes into it with preparations that it could be a trap, that she could still get out of it all right.
Yeah, I think, Christian has shown herself to be sort of the really smart power player of this world. Like, she's, to use a Game of Thrones analogy, she's sort of like, if Littlefinger was likable, she would be a little bit more like that, because she's kind of like this one who's constantly pulling strings and is underestimated. And I could see her being sort of a leader if she doesn't die like a lot of people do on The Expanse by the end of this series.
No, don't put that into the universe.
No, I don't want to do that to you. You've already lost Miller. This has been a rough few weeks.
Yeah, so I feel like she's going to be able to figure it out. Erin Wright has given her a lot of information. You know, she knows that they were kind of working together before it all went, you know, sideways.
Yeah.
She knows that now Mars is involved with this, that Jules has gone over there, and this is happening there now. So she knows what she's up against when she's going to go meet with him.
Yeah, and you know who else is really motivated by all this now? Is our old pal Erin Wright, who I think is suddenly just like, oh, so if we don't go find him, I'm going to be the fall guy.
Yeah, well...
This is Erin Wright running to try to find Jules as fast as humanly possible.
To be fair, Erin Wright should also be going down. This shouldn't be A or B. This should be AB. Both of you guys should be going down. This was a tremendous fail that has turned into a disaster.
Here is Erin Wright trying to throw as many people as possible in front of him. I am very entertained by Erin Wright at the moment because, like, you know, this dude is the worst, but at the same time, he's like the perfect TV train wreck for me of this guy who's just like scrambling because he's horrible and he didn't bother to read the full manual of what was going down. But, you know, I'm loving the entire Earth storyline right now. Just like inject all of the Earth storyline. I'm all in with Christian. I really like Bobby Draper now. I like everything that's going on with her.
I'm continuing to warm up to her.
Okay.
I'm not like...
You're not there yet, but...
like she was when she was working for Mars, but
yeah.
I'm getting there with her. I have warmed up to her. I love the scenes with Christian and her. There's a really nice chemistry between those two actresses.
Yeah.
That's warming up. I like seeing two strong women on screen together. I really like it. There's a nice back and forth with them. They don't seem to take any crap from each other.
No.
But they're both telling it like it is right now.
Yeah, I think that dynamic is really interesting. I mean, the dynamic Christian has with pretty much anyone at this point is interesting. And then we also still have the mystery of what is actually going on Venus, as we have alluded to. It's possible that something is going down there with Miller, but if nothing else, we know that what they're trying to do in order to get information on Venus, none of it is working.
No, it's not. But they don't really know what they're up against. So
no.
All their probes are turning into piles of dust.
Yeah.
Except their one little one that got through for a second before it crapped out.
I know. This is the weird thing about this whole Abergast storyline with Venus to me, is that, like, the stuff that's happening there is really interesting to me.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm a lot about characters, and it's just like I'm not that invested in a lot of the characters who are involved in the Abergast storyline right now.
A lot of the characters? I am not involved in any of the characters that are going on over there. Not even Christian Spy. And maybe it's because he tried to make a pass at her and she's married, and I'm not having that.
I don't know.
There's something about the crew that I guess we just haven't had a chance to really get to know anybody. They haven't given enough information that's more sort of about their characters more so than what they're doing and why they're there, what their mission is, and putting out that mission.
Yeah, it feels very plot-based. Like, it feels almost to me like there's a fairly high chance that whatever they find, they transmit it back to Christian, and then their ship just blows up, and then we don't ever see any of these people again.
And that's sort of what it feels like to me, too, that there are a bunch of red shirts that are all going to end up blown into space with whatever information that they will have given it to Christian, and then...
Are you surprised that, Tycho Station has been a little bit MIA as of late? Like, what's happening there?
What is happening to Drummer?
I know, like, is Drummer okay now?
I like to think she is, because I'm still pro Drummer needs to lead the belt into a new era.
Yeah, well, we still got to know if that bullet has killed Drummer or not. I mean, nothing is altogether clear there.
I know. I need an update on what's going on. I know all this other stuff is important, and eventually the team will come back there. I would like to think to have to deal with Fred or whatever's going on with Drummer. Like, guys, man, you can't leave us hanging like this. What is happening? Is she bleeding out still?
Okay, here's my prediction. We will see Drummer and Fred I mean, maybe in the finale we'll get back there, because I don't think they want to end this season without revisiting like a place that we have been for a big chunk of this season.
Hope not.
So I think we'll see them again, and maybe the finale is when something horrible will happen to Fred, because we all kind of assume that that's going down.
Yeah, I just feel like besides Drummer, he doesn't really have anybody that's on his side. Just feels like everybody wants a piece of him. So somewhere along the line, I assume somebody's gonna get a piece of him.
Probably so. So yeah, I'm sorry, Fred, but this ain't working out well for you. But anyway, we'll wrap up this video about The Expanse Season 2, Episode 11. Like we said, only a couple more episodes, and then we're done with Season 2. We will keep going into Season 3. And then Season 4 coming very soon. We will all be on the same page, watching and experiencing that for the first time.
Yeah.
But before we go, what did you guys think when you were experiencing this episode for the first time? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the Carter Matt store, and we'll see you here next time.